Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the Crash Potatoes YouTube channel, and today we're going to be looking at the Queen Charge Hog Attack with the new Super Wall Breakers. Right guys, before we get into the attack, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel right now, helping me with content ideas, liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel. You guys are absolute legends, so thank you very much for doing that. And I guess now is probably the time to take this mask off. The original plan was to do it at 1,000 subscribers, but it's getting hot now. I can't really see out this thing. It was a good idea at the time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Face out in the open. Oh. Right, that is it. Hey, this is me, guys. So, yeah, I've been doing this now for a little while, as you guys probably know. Main reason for doing this is it's just so hot. You know, really warm weather here in the UK at the moment. I know you won't believe it, but let's get on with some Queen Charge Hog Attacks. Right, guys, I'll show you a quick fail. This was a time fail, I'm afraid. This is a pretty common style Legends League base. You'll probably come across it quite often. So, but these Super Wall Breakers now are pretty special. It's a shame that they're going to have a cooldown period. I hope Supercell fixes it. I've got a Coco Loon Queen and healers coming down from around 5:30, and my aim is to try and charge into the base as much as possible. So I've got a Baby Dragon to help with funneling. I put a Rage down on the Queen. That Grand Warden statue is doing some serious work. The Wall Breaker breaks in beautifully. So you can see all the way through, only one was required, and I've got that first compartment open. So that was, I'm delighted with that. Trying to do that with normal Wall Breakers, you'll be dropping a test one, you'll be trying to freeze that in multi-target Inferno. So difficult, you'd never ever do it, but Super Wall Breakers make it easy. So I've also pulled, with that Wall Breaker, I pulled the enemy CC, which is a Dragon, Ice Golem and 2 Loons. So poison goes down as that Grand Warden statue goes down now. Baby Dragon made a good job of the funnel. Ice Golem goes down first. And everything looks pretty good there. So another Super Wall Breaker. So you can see again, this would have failed straight away if it was a normal Wall Breaker. And it goes in and breaks in beautifully. Baby Dragon again just to help with funneling, but didn't really get any value, so it could have been saved. But you can see now that that Queen is just going to work straight in towards that multi-target scatter shot, Town Hall and Eagle. So taking that Wizard Tower down and the cannon, on she goes onto that Inferno Tower. It's locking onto the healers, which is a bit of a nuisance, so we put a Rage on her just to make sure she gets through that as quick as possible. And in she goes very nicely. Now we're going to drop the King up at 10 o'clock, say. We're basically trying to get the enemy Queen. That's for a hog attack, the Queen is an absolute disaster. So Pop's ability takes down Queen. Everything's looking pretty good. Queen is now locked onto the Inferno Tower, or the Giga Inferno should I say, the Town Hall. Have to pop ability, and we want to try and get that Eagle Artillery down as well. Not sure how long the Queen's going to survive, but there is a sweeper on her. And that goes down. So now, I just want to show you something. 2-finger deployment on the hogs. So my aim is to try and sweep around this side of the base. Hopefully take some of the heat off of the Queen and keep her alive. But take a look at the time, guys. It's 1 minute and 12 seconds. Okay. So hogs go down. Grand Warden and Royal Champion. The hogs aren't going to get there in time to protect that Queen. So the Queen goes down, the healers switch off. Not the greatest heal placement in the world, so again, didn't get hold of the bomb tower. So I blimp from that north side of the base, again, just to try and take out these defences here and force the hogs in through the real dangerous parts of the base. So that gets dropped now. Well, he says it goes on quite a long way. I knew I did this attack, I should know. Evidently I decided to go Yetis into the scatter shot. So in hindsight, maybe that wasn't the way forward. Tornado Trap has pulled some of the hogs, so the hogs have split. And then cleanup has started. 28 seconds on the clock. There's still the enemy Royal Champion that's doing some work. I don't have any spells left. I do have a Royal Champion ability. Royal Champion takes down the enemy Royal Champion. And only 2 Teslas remain now. And 4 seconds. And what have we got? At 0, we have 3 defences left on half health. 3-4 more seconds may have been enough to get a triple on this base. So, yeah, I'm absolutely delighted with the way the attack went. Those super wall breakers made for a really good charge, a huge amount of value from it, but just delayed the hogs a little bit too long. If the hogs went down as the queen was taking out the eagle, could have been a different story. So we've got another one here, a typical style Legends League base. So I take on this attack a little bit differently. Okay, so before I delayed the blimp is going to go in early on this one. So I put a couple of Coco Loons down along with the blimp. So the aim is to try and take out that single target Inferno and Eagle, which means that my queen can go and charge without any issues. Goes down, didn't bother raging it. I thought there was enough in there to get it all done. Pulled the enemy CC, which is a Lava Hound, a Baby Dragon, and a Loon. So healers go down on the queen now. Baby Dragon's doing a bit of funneling. So the aim is I want to try and get in and charge through here and into that scatter shot. So poison for the pups and a minion just to help out. All of them go down. And you've got to focus on that Baby Dragon, and now there's nothing that can really hurt my queen in this situation. So I would ordinarily have dropped a Baby Dragon around here, but I had to wait because I need to wait for the Royal Champion to lock onto my queen, because otherwise that Baby Dragon's going down fast. So there you go, you can just see a perfect deployment of the Baby Dragon, really going to force that queen inside the base. So I've now got 2 crossbows and the scatter shot on my queen. So this is a little bit worrying, but a rage goes down to help get that through. And then I pop the queen ability for the queen. So there you go. Again, king goes down. I didn't know the Tesla was going to be there. I should have done. But the idea, I wanted to take down that mortar that's pretty much there. So then my hogs can work all the way through the base like so. So hogs, again, look at the time, guys. Just look at the time. Is it a bit late in that raid? Hogs go down. We're going to heal through the splash damage here. King pops ability just to get those Teslas out of the way. Don't want those hogs going outside the base. Another heal in by the Town Hall, probably a little bit wasted. I rage and Grand Warden ability to get that Town Hall down. Look at all those giant bombs in the centre there. So they come up, all the hogs survive, absolutely fantastic. The problem is they now split. So some of them have gone over towards the Teslas on that side, some have gone to the Teslas on the north side, and that heal again is wasted. If I just held on, if I just held my nerve a little bit longer, a heal placed in and around where that cannon has just gone down would have been a much better value. Royal Champion ability goes off, takes down the scatter shot. Well placed Spring Trap takes down quite a few of my hogs, whatever's left. And the Grand Warden statue takes down my Royal Champion. Again, I have a Miner and a Wizard to drop. That King has not got enough health left on him to take down that Grand Warden statue. We've got to try and get that down. So a miner just to try and distract, and the time runs out. So yeah, not ideal, but another really solid attack. It does show that this attack strategy does work. Just got to be a little bit quicker on your hogs and make sure you don't try and get too much value out of your charge. So that's really, really important. Okay, Itsu's base. Now before I get into this, I just want to say I saw the guys at Unfair Warfare take this down. I think it was Risty. He'd done it with a hybrid, so I had a pretty good idea on what I needed to do with my queen charge here. So let's I'll give him a bit of credit for this. But at the end of the day, you've still got to try and repeat it. So a couple of Coco Loons and the blimp. So the idea is I want to take out this Inferno Tower section. Again, it's all about protecting my queen charge. That goes down nicely. Again, I don't bother raging. That goes down quite nicely. I've got a baby dragon up top and the queen starting down with a starting her walk now. Healers on the queen. It's a little bit risky because those Yetis hadn't fully gone down, but never mind, we were in. So queen's going to charge down this side of the base here. A little bit of a concern as she did walk inwards, so that is completely against the plan. So I used my wall breakers just to make sure I can try and get in, but unfortunately they don't land quite properly. Very, very lucky that I had a multi-loon CC come out, because a poison's just going to take them down pretty much on their own. Didn't have to worry too much. There is a rage on the queen because that Grand Warden statue is just being an absolute nuisance. And now this is where the queen goes back in. So massive, massive save from the queen. She gets a lot of bad press really from queen walking away, but she's done me a solid here. So I've got to work on a couple of ground skellies, but she's doing everything we want now. So king's working up from top. Want to try and take out this cannon, and again that just shows from here when I drop my hogs. This will show that I can work in through this side of the base, in through the centre, maybe even through that top side there. But there is a definite path now. Queen ability goes to take out the enemy royal champion and the town hall, and that's when I decide to go for my hogs. So hoping those top side hogs will go around the top side of the base, and the centres will work into that centre side of the base there. Early Grand Warden ability. Just trying to keep them live early from that Eagle Artillery Blast. Plenty of hogs left. Cleanup's already started on that top side. And then heal for that far compartment. Royal Champion is doing some serious work. And now you can just see the path in that's left. All the way through down here. That scatter shot's going to be a nuisance. I do have one heal, which I drop there, so it just makes sure I keep everything alive. The ground skellies are going to lock onto my Royal Champion and slow her down. The Queen and the enemy King are still going. So those Teslas have been a bit of a nuisance. But, as I say, the Queen goes down, King's locked onto those hogs that are remaining, and the rest is clean up history. So that is how you take down that version of Itsu's base. Absolutely delighted with that. Okay guys, my eyes lit up when I saw this base. This is a perfect charging base for me. I'm much better suited to those style of war bases that are a bit funky. I hate these trap bases that you see in Legends League, even though I've got one. I don't enjoy playing with them at all. So when I saw this sort of base, I was like, ooh, this is up my street, this one. So I drop a Coco Loon from 12 o'clock. And then the blimp goes in. So again, looking to try and take out as much of this compartment as possible. Blimp went down just over the wall. Enemy King's doing some serious work, so gonna get down that X, but I'm not sure it was good enough for the Inferno. It wasn't, so you can see where I've used a super wall breaker to break in. I'm gonna charge in for that enemy Queen. So drop a preemptive rage. Queen goes down. Gonna finish up that storage there. Drop another wall breaker in. Again, straight into the base now. So I get a ton of value now. I'm a little bit worried here, but so that after these two buildings go down, the storage and the expo, there's nowhere else it can go. Baby Dragon's still doing a load of work up top. Dropped a couple of hogs just to make sure the Queen definitely went in. Got an Ice Golem and a P.E.K.K.A. coming out at CC, which is a bit of a nuisance. And again, that goes down. So, King went down here to do a bit of tanking, to try and use some wizards, but the Inferno was too much in the way. So, hogs get dropped directly from 12 o'clock. Grand Warden and Royal Champion. First heal down to protect through that Inferno that didn't go down. Another heal goes down to protect from the bomb tower. Starting to panic because there's not enough percentage on the board to get that Giga Inferno working. So just about get enough done. The Grand Warden ability goes through a rage to help get everything through that Giga Inferno before the blast goes off. And I have one more heal left. And again, you can see everything's sort of working in. There's nothing that can stop those hogs going outside the base. Heal through that backside Inferno. Do have one more to worry about, which is a bit of a concern. Got Wizards working from up top. The King's still working. I do have the Royal Champion ability, so if we can get through this bit here, this is a triple. So Grand Warden statue goes down. Pop the RC ability to stop everything working away from that Inferno. Inferno goes down, and the rest is history, guys. So, got a nice little triple there. I like the base as soon as I saw it. Absolutely delighted. Sevla Banner, thanks very much for the triple. Right, last one for the day. A really compact base. Tends to be quite popular. E-Drags will rip through this like it's going out of fashion. If you're using E-Drags in Legends League, awesome. If you see this base in War, use E-Drags. Everything is so close together. There's no point using anything else really. So, Queen coming down. So again, I've got a delayed blimp here. One Coco Loon to protect any healers. Going down to Sam's. And she's just going to do a little bit of work. Rage goes down. Super Wall Breaker. The Super Wall Breaker isn't benefiting from the rage. It gets in quicker, but it's not the point. It's just about protecting the Queen. Still have one more to play with. So Queen's starting to work in towards Town Hall, which is where I wanted it to go. Drop another Super Wall Breaker. And that compartment breaks exactly where I wanted it. So these things are so easy to use, guys. If you haven't unlocked them, make sure you do. You can still fail them, don't get me wrong. But, as I say, if you plan it properly, you will get a really, really good charge in. Poison came down the clan castle there. So they've all been taken out. We've got one more raise just to get the Queen through. There's quite a lot of fire on her, so better be safe than sorry. Blimp's coming down to take down that scatter shot, just because I didn't want the scatter shot targeting my healers. That's the big point there. That goes down. Inferno and scatter shot goes down. Town Hall's gone down. Queen still has ability, so now I can deploy my hogs and work my way through this side of the base. So Queen goes down. Unfortunately, don't quite get the enemy Queen. It's a bit of a nuisance. Early Grand Warden ability just to protect the hogs. Healers have transferred onto the hogs, which is quite nice. Again, it's all looking pretty tidy so far. I've dropped my King up at 3 o'clock. We're still starting around doing some work. Baby Dragon up at 1 o'clock just to help with a bit of cleanup. I've got no more spells. I've dropped all my heals now. So the scatter shot goes down. The Royal Champion takes down the enemy Queen, which is clutch. Hogs are still working through nicely. We've got a Tesla farm and a rogue expo. That's such a weird place to put an expo. So I put the miner down just to start working on it. At least distract him for it. I've got to keep it off the Royal Champion. That's the most important bit. King still has ability. Royal Champion still has ability. Tornado Trap's pulled. So whatever hogs are getting trapped in that at the moment. Royal Champion and Grand Warden working on that Expo. And that is it, guys. So now I can pop my Royal Champ ability for a bit of cleanup. King is just beating on the wall, doing absolutely nothing. Good job. But this is a triple, guys. So we can triple with Queen Charge Hogs using those super wall breakers in Legends League. Another triple. Right, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me some hype in the chat for the face reveal. As I say, I just couldn't do it anymore. I'm not even going to wear this top anymore. I'm absolutely roasting. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. If you like the video, please smash that like button. Comment in the box below. Hit that subscribe button. Click on the notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next video.